Has the idea of a new construction house ever crossed your mind? Well, we have a list here of the top 5 most common questions people ask. Make sure you stay all the way to the end because our last question is probably the most common question asked.
Welcome back. We are Jeremy and Janie with the Snyder Family Group at Keller Williams Realty Partners in Overland Park, a suburb of Kansas City.
Now, if you're new to our channel, make sure you click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be alerted anytime we have new videos. And we do a lot of videos about things happening in Overland Park in Kansas City, and you're going to want to make sure that you are alerted when there's new information.
That's right.
Many people are intrigued with the idea of buying a brand new home, one that no one's ever lived in before. We get a lot of questions, I'd say every week, dealing with new construction. So we've taken a lot of these questions we get. We put a list together of the top 5. Now, Janie, you spent, what, 10 years of your career in new construction?
First 10 years I was in the business. I worked for various builders at different subdivisions, and I was that agent sitting in the model home, welcoming people in and telling them all about the new homes there at the subdivisions.
Excellent. So I've got these 5 questions. The most common I'm going to ask, I'm going to get your responses that you've given people when they ask these questions.
Sure.
So, right. And make sure you stay tuned because the very last one is the most common question.
All right.
First off, how long does it take for a new construction home?
Yeah, so this is a great question. We do hear this one a lot. It completely depends on several factors, but I'm going to say in general, if you are starting from an empty lot that's just grass, nothing else on your lot at that point, then you're roughly talking 6 to 12 months. There are a lot of factors that narrow that time frame down, because I know that's quite a range. Depends on the time of year you start building. We do have cold winters here in Kansas City and Overland Park area, so that can slow the process down if your home is not under a roof yet by the time winter hits. Some people cannot wait 6 to 12 months for whatever their reason is to move. They love the idea of getting new construction, but they can't wait quite that long. There is another option that we can typically find a brand new home for buyers who want that and get them in 90 days or less, and that is something that we can help you figure out exactly how to do.
Excellent, excellent. All right, number 2, how do you find or pick a builder that's best for you?
Sure, that's huge, very critical in the entire experience, not just the building experience, but in whether or not you're happy with the home when it's all done and you're living there. We can help with that. So you can do your own online research, of course, and read reviews, do whatever research you might choose to do, but a good buyer's agent who knows the local market, knows the builders and the new construction process can do additional research to find out things that you may not even know to ask. Some of the questions I've gotten are, how many homes does that builder build each year? And there's not necessarily a right or wrong answer to that, but it's going to help you understand how busy this builder is and what their style of their company is. Does the builder use only their own crews, or do they hire whatever construction crew is available at that time? And let me tell you, that's an important one that you are sure to know about, that we help you research. Is that builder in his office someplace, or is he actually on site checking on your home and checking on his crews periodically? And very important, what is that builder's reputation for callbacks? These are things that we can help research and get you information on. And it's interesting, kind of a little known fact about builders in Kansas City area is there are very few national builders who are building homes in the Kansas City metro, including Overland Park. And I can have a whole conversation with you sometime about why that is, why that's important, why do you care about that? But it just means that our builders here are locally owned companies. These are business owners who care very much about their local reputation because they live here, their families are here, and they're staking their future business on their reputation. So we help you understand all of that.
Excellent. Now, you going back to something you just mentioned, another question we get asked a lot is, do I need a buyer's agent when buying new construction? There's wonderful agents right there in the show home.
Right. 100% yes, you need your own buyer's agent. That's an easy thing for me to answer, but let me help you understand why, because I don't think most people understand why that's so important. The first and foremost, I'm going to get this question out of your mind right off. It does not cost you anything more to have your own buyer's agent. Builders have already worked into their price how much they're going to pay in real estate fees. That does not change if you come in and are unrepresented. So please, no matter where you're building a home, whether it's Kansas City or not, find a good buyer's agent who has experience in new construction. That's another key thing, because unfortunately not all realtors have experience in new construction, and it is a different kind of real estate that you're doing. And if you're in Overland Park, of course, we want to help you. Sure. We hope you'll choose us, you'll consider us, interview us, but even if you don't, please hire a buyer's agent to help you with the process. Here's why. Here's why it's important. When you walk into the model homes, or if they don't have a model home, but they have a sign up and you call on that sign, the realtor that you're talking to and working with is employed by the builder. Their whole job depends on making that builder happy. Do you know how you make builders happy? You put money in their pocket. So that's the only way that they can make their builder happy and keep their job, is to put the most amount of money into that builder's pocket. And that person cannot legally work for you as a buyer. It's not that they're bad people or that they're unethical or anything like that. They're actually not allowed. They are the builder's agent, period. And all they are doing is helping you to get under contract and pay the highest possible price for that home. So as wonderful as the project agents are, just keep that in mind, is their whole job is to get you to pay the most for that house as possible. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is, most people don't know this, and we just had a conversation yesterday about this. Builders in the Kansas City area, for the most part, use their own new construction contracts. We just had that question yesterday come through. And why is that important to you? Why do you care about that? Well, it's very important to you because those builder contracts are skewed in favor of the builder. Sure. Naturally, these are businessmen who are having attorneys put together contracts that help protect them and their business. So again, not unethical. There's nothing wrong with what they're doing, but buyers don't know that. And buyers don't know the ways that that those contracts can be skewed to the builders. And it's important that you have your own agent working with your best interest in mind that can help you understand some of those differences in the contract that you need to be aware of before you sign it, because you got to sign a contract and you need to know exactly what you're signing. Sure,
definitely.
Did I appear passionate about that?
You did.
I'm a little passionate about that topic.
I understand. So, another question we get a lot is, what are the down payment options? How do I pay for a new house if it's going to take, 6 to 12 months to get into it?
Sure. So this is a completely different process than if you just go and find what we call a resale house. Okay. That there's just very little money that you're coming up with up front. But on new construction, there are several times that you are writing checks and needing to provide money up front. So the very first one is a lot reservation. If you're just looking at a vacant lot that doesn't have anything on it, no foundation or anything yet, then you need to put some money down to reserve that lot and say, hey, I want that lot. I'm still picking out my house and my builder, but that's the lot I want. So that's the first thing. Once you do pick the builder and the home and you're going under contract, earnest money is required with that contract. That's required with pretty much any contract, but here's the difference with earnest money on new construction. The builder decides how much that earnest money is. So realtors can help, buyer's agents can help you track that information down and really compare. Oftentimes in new construction, you don't give earnest money just once at the time of signing the contract. Oftentimes there is a second round of earnest money that is due, and you need to make sure you understand that and know that and are prepared for that. Also, during the building process, most people end up spending more on some upgrades. They see something fabulous in the kitchen store, the lighting store, wherever they might be, and they decide they want to pay a little bit more to get that fantastic upgrade. Sometimes that's money that you have to pay up front. So there are several different stages where you might be coming up with some money out of your pocket before you even have your down payment on your loan. And that's a whole additional thing to talk about is the loan process for new construction is not the same as if you're going to buy an existing home that's already been lived in. So do understand your buyer's agent can connect you with a great lender who has a lot of experience in new construction loans, and that lender can really walk you through the process of exactly what to expect about money out of your pocket right up front, and so that you can know if it really is the right thing for you for building a new home.
So a lot of questions. If they have any specifics, they can obviously reach out to us,
Yes.
and we can walk through them.
We can go in way more detail about that. Just know that there are several points where you're writing checks during the process.
Yeah. Excellent. And the number one most often asked question, are builders willing to negotiate the price on new construction?
That's a great question. We get asked all the time. Even new realtors coming into our office ask that question all the time. I see it all over. And the short, easy answer is no. Unfortunately, it's not the answer you want to hear, and we know that. But no, builders rarely negotiate on their price. There are a few times that they might, and we can help you figure out when those few times are and see if that's something we can make happen for you. But builders are getting their price, and I don't even expect our buyers to take our word for it. I can print out that information and show you exactly why we're saying that builders don't negotiate on their price. I'm happy to share that information with our buyers. There are a few ways, like I mentioned, that you can save money on a new construction home. And if you have the right buyer's agent who has the new construction experience, then you can find out what those ways are and see if any of those might apply to the new home that you're building and save in any way that you possibly can. And we can help with that.
Excellent. Yeah. A lot of questions when it comes to new construction. If you have any questions that maybe weren't answered here, go ahead, give us a call, send us an email. Contact information is here on the screen. It's also below in the show notes. And please watch some of our other videos talking about Overland Park and Kansas City.
We'd love to help you out.